Hi chat, hi YouTube. Please ignore that my hair is wet. I showered, which is a rare occurrence. You should try it. But today what we're doing is we are reviewing a roast that I threw together for my boyfriend for his 3-year stream anniversary. I put a lot of work behind the scenes, and I think maybe I'll have some fun stories I can tell you. As well as, honestly, I was just so worked up in the moment of it that I didn't really get a chance to like absorb some of the jokes and see if they were funny. So I hope it's good. So for anyone who doesn't know, I started planning this roast back in February. It had been quite a struggle. I was going to have BTS produce it. Actually, I got a whole quote put out. It was a lot of money because obviously they're a professional, production company. And so they gave me the invoice, and then I emailed every single sponsor I could think of. Well, none of them were interested. I had to go a different route because I needed it to be a little more affordable. Well, I reached out to Bladed Grape, who helped did produce the music video that we put together last winter. And I asked him if it was something in his ballpark. He said it was. So my next thing that I wanted to do was find a location. I wanted to do it on top of like a Hollywood Hills, like in a mansion with a big view of the city in the background. And I reached out to a lot of Airbnbs, and a lot of them had like rules with COVID. They didn't want more than like 10 people in the house. And so I was like, okay, that's not going to work. Another one didn't allow filming in the house, which was sad. That was the one I really liked. And I ended up booking that one actually. And then he let me know like they didn't allow filming in the house. So I was like super bummed. After a lot of like just losing battles, and this took months, like I said, I finally gave up, and I was like, you know what? We're just going to do it here. We're going to do it at our house, and I'm just going to tell him I told him I had like a G4 shoot because I've done some stuff with G4, and so I was like, oh yeah, G4 is doing something, so we're going to do a G4 shoot. They're going to come set up the day before, and we're going to film the next day. And he was like, oh, okay, didn't think anything of it. So then the time comes for, Ludwig should be streaming by noon, and he's still not streaming. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing? And I'm like, Lud, don't you have a sponsored stream? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, when are you streaming? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, okay. All of a sudden it's like 1 o'clock, people show up at 3 o'clock, and I'm like, Lud, when are you streaming? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, cool. And then it's like 2 o'clock, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, people are gonna get here. And so I messaged Stanz, and I'm like, Stanz, why isn't he streaming yet? And then Stanz is like, oh god, let me call him. And so then anyway, he ends up going live at like 2:30, and then Stanz shows up at like 3. So it worked out perfect. We kept Stanz outside, got him COVID tested because he wasn't fully vaxxed yet. And then slowly everyone starts showing up, and yeah, so I'm just gonna hop into it. I'm just gonna go into Ludwig's videos. Okay, so I made sure we had a starting soon screen, as well as a like technical difficulties screen, as well as like a transition. The one thing I believe is missing, and I haven't watched this back, so I don't know for sure if it's missing. The hard thing about it is usually when you work a job and you do a project, it's like at the end of the project, you have like a recap where you're like, yo, this is what we did wrong. This is what we could have done better, blah, 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 blah. There's no redo on this, but there are so many things that I wish I could have changed. Just like little things that like all of a sudden weren't there and weren't right. The production team did amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm just a crazy perfectionist, and I'm like so bummed because I really wanted it to be perfect, but that's okay. But I'll point those things out just because I am such a perfectionist. This was a starting soon screen. This was made by Vorty. Some of you might know who Vorty is. And then this, I thought about as a reveal to Ludwig just sending him this, and that would be my reveal. Like, I'd go down to his stream and be like, hey, I just sent you a video, will you watch it on stream? And so part of me questions if I should have done that because this was just so hype. But I don't know. This was really cool. We got it made on Fiverr. It looks really nice, and yeah. Woo! So a few things. The doors are patio doors because we started at like 5 o'clock. So we didn't want to have to adjust the lighting throughout the night. Dude, I moved this water bottle. How is this water bottle here? I moved this water bottle. I purposely moved this water bottle down here before the show started, I cut off all the logos from the water bottles. How does that water bottle end up there? I didn't even realize I was there until right now. Oh my God. I moved that before we started. I put it behind this. Damn it. Slimathy. I moved that water bottle. God damn it. Anyway, to avoid adjusting the lighting from outside that was coming in, because you can clearly see it's daytime out here, I put black curtains up outside, which is great from preventing the outside from coming through. Bad because it doesn't look super great, and also bad because you can see the reflection of, you know, the other roommates that wanted to watch.
Oh, you may be wondering what the hell is going on here. For once, you in the chat and Ludwig are the same. That he had no idea this was going on. Welcome to the roast of Ludwig Ogren.
That was true. He didn't know that this was happening until an hour before. Okay, this is the other thing. I don't know why the filter is different on 2 of the cameras and not this camera. The 2 cameras look like it's in an indie film and this camera doesn't. And it eats me up inside. I think about it every night. I've thought about it every night. I have thought about it every goddamn night.
Before we start the festivities, let's go to a video piece about the person that will be cooking up.
I think, so everyone on the couch was mic'd up. And I think it was good, but it was also bad because we, like, as streamers, we're, like, used to react content. So it's, like, obviously we want to react to, like, what is happening. So there's a lot of, like, side comments that were getting picked up on mics because, you know, it's fun to have the mic on, but also bad.
It's surprising that Cutie lives at your house. I don't know how you closed that deal. You've never closed anything, ever. You're not...
So the joke, everyone on the couch, which you can't hear our mics, but the whole time we were like Ludwig was like, this is like a movie you would play at my, like, this is like a video you'd play at my funeral. Like...
a closer. You're a relief pitcher at max. You're not a fucking closer. You don't got the ice cold veins like me that I was born with to compete.
How do we change all of Google? Google's just like, yep.
I love that Jschlatt's just sitting there laughing.
This is it. Out of curiosity, what if I look up Ludwig? Oh, it's not me. What do you mean? That's not me? But tax fugitive, we get there?
So I will say, a lot of us were having a hard time focus at the beginning. The laugh track was something that was very important to Slime, and I think it helped a ton. I think because Slime helped produce the BTS Beyond the Summit or the Smash roasts with Bobby Scar and Hugo, and he says he wishes there was a laugh track, and so it was like really, really important to Slime. Like when I asked Slime when I first started planning this, I was like, yo, what should I know? He was like, you've got to have a laugh track. And I was like, okay. But I think, like I said, we should have just like we should have done a test for like 30 minutes on another stream for them to hear it back, because chat. So what happens after this, chat starts losing their mind. And I had chat up on my phone. You'll see me look down a lot. Chat starts losing their mind. And so then I was nervous about it because it was so important to Slime. So I was like, oh my God, this is like, chat is so mad about it. Holy fucking shit. Like, what are we going to do? And so I'm like showing Slime. I'm like, hey, chat's freaking out. And he's like, maybe just cut it. And so I'm messaging the audio people and I'm like, hey, something's wrong with the laugh track. Like, look at chat. They're freaking out. And this is during Stanz's part. So Stanz, who didn't have the laugh track, gets totally fucked because number one, 2 of the audience, being me and Slime, are stressed about the laugh track. And having an audience laugh out loud at your jokes, Stanz got screwed over. He got totally screwed because half of us weren't paying attention. And chat was mad about the laugh track. And laugh track wasn't working, so...
You spend your whole life making serial tier lists and playing Minecraft, being racist on Discord.
He told me that joke beforehand, and I was like, you shouldn't call people racist.
Here lies Jschlatt, presented by Cash App. That's a mogul move.
Okay. Mizkif was the worst audience member because he wasn't laughing. I should have coached these guys on, hey, bitches, please laugh. All you can hear are my laughs. All you can hear is my ha 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 ha. God damn it.
How's it going?
Wonderful. All right,
Glad to have you.
let's go through them. We got Stanz here.
Also, every time you see me staring off to the side, it was me staring at production. Just like staring at production. Just making sure everything was going right, which happens a lot.
Our first roaster was actually
excited.
the general manager at Gen G who quit and then was signed to Gen G as a streamer because they think he's a woman.
It's very funny. It's very funny. Miz, fucking laugh, you piece of shit.
I'm actually surprised Atrioc let you come here unsupervised. Stanz looks
See, Atrioc, I think it was really sad that Atrioc was missing because I think Atrioc was a vital key to the audience.
Jschlatt, sorry, first time meeting him. Very tall, by the way. Jschlatt looks like a failed attempt at cloning Willneff.
That was really funny. Miz Kiff goes, hey.
I had to look at him.
That was a good joke.
The thing about being a content creator, though, is like it often comes from a place of loss. You know, Lud has a dead dad, Kitty has a dead mom, and Jschlatt has a dead career.
I did, for the record, I did tell everyone to dress up, including Jschlatt and Mizkiff. The issue is they both went with the same bit. Jschlatt and Mizkiff went with the same bit, which was showing up like they didn't give a shit. And that's the problem. Is that it would be funny if one person on the couch wasn't dressed up, but they both, it's fine. It was still funny.
Mizzy's here.
But I will say at the end, I was like, why did I put the people in t-shirts and shorts on the front row? Why didn't I put Stanz down on the front row and Willneff in their suits? Why did I? Friggin' Mizkiff is spread eagle right here. Wrong angle. We would have been banned for showing his balls. Like
Hassan and Will
Will is very funny. Will is very, very funny.
are always hanging out. Will promised he'd use his insider Hollywood connections to find a doctor that can unshrink Hassan's head.
I felt bad for that one. I was like, he's not even here. Not even here. Oh, I said it.
Cutie looks like she'd follow Myth around at the store.
Let me tell you what. Slime told me this joke. And I didn't get it at first. I thought he was making, because I used to work in retail. So I thought he was making fun of me. Like I was like a retail security guard. And I was like I was so confused. Then when I understand that the implication was that I was racist, I said, oh my God, you can't use that joke. I said, you can't use a racist joke in the roast. And then he did it. And this was my face to him doing it because I felt so uncomfortable, which is crazy because look at Myth's face. Myth thinks it's the funniest thing he's ever heard. I am unsure. Will is unsure. Mizkiff is terrified of being canceled. And Jschlatt's like, haha. So it was Slime's best joke. I'm happy he didn't cut it.
In a lot of ways, Ludwig is an anomaly. Looks like the guy that would finger blast your ex in the back of his Monda.
We also should have had a mic over here because Nick also has a very good, like very contagious laugh, and Nick was laughing very hard.
Our first roaster coming up is the default character when you boot up any Sims game made in the past 20 years. Give it up for Stanz.
I can't believe that water bottle was there the whole time.
Thank you, Slime. That was a very sweet thing. Wow, Willneff is here. Is something no one in the Twitch chat is saying today.
That was good.
But really,
good.
Cutie, Willneff, you couldn't get Hassan? He lives around here.
No, she couldn't.
Oh, no. Well, Myth pretty much lost in every Fortnite tournament he played in. But look at them now. Both of them still considerably smaller than XQC.
Yeah, I think I'm realizing Stan's biggest issue is he's looking for everyone's reaction to validate him, and both Slime and I were stressed, and so that's probably why he felt like he didn't do good, because we're both like in our zone of figuring stuff out.
Speaking of Ludwig's history, I just meant Atrioc is fucking old. Atrioc is so old, he thought Twitch was a website for people with multiple sclerosis. Oh no. He's so old, the reason he's late to games is because Lud and I are on Discord and he's still on fucking Skype. He's so old, he still works a day job, even though he has over 5,000 fucking subs on Twitch. Just quit, man.
It was hard because it was about, these were all, so Stanz's largest segment about someone there was someone who wasn't there. So that's why it's like, it's kind of quiet, because Atrioc would be the one encouraging laughter of his own roast, but he wasn't there.
Cutie, how the hell can you stand it here? With all the gamer guys living here, it's like a frat house minus the testosterone.
That's funny.
The second I walked in, I wanted to bully people. It's crazy that somehow 5 guys live here, and Cutie has the biggest dick.
It's crazy because all of them took that so personally, and I don't know why.
I like how every guy in the room took that person.
Yeah.
Come on. No. Ludwig jokes about his time in high school when he played soccer, but he was a full-time bench warmer. I think it's for the best. I mean, look at him. I haven't seen someone with ego-driven sexual assault charge vibes this strong since Brock Turner.
That was a crazy joke. That was crazy. Stanz, if you're watching, that was a crazy joke. Ludwig is hyperventilating.
I'm in a room with a group of super sick content creators and Mizkif celebrating my friend Ludwig. I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. I wish you the best.
He did great. He got fucked by the soundtrack, but he actually did better than I remembered. Because I was in the moment, I was like, oh god, this is going bad because the sound was so like fucked up. But watching it back, he actually did way better than I remember.
Our next guest coming up is the 8th biggest streamer to go from being a professional gamer to rebroadcast.
Oh my god. So I had a paper made and it had a list of everything, like of who was going. It was a whole thing. And I had one guy that we paid literally to hold cue cards that said what was next. And this man's one job was to hold a cue card that said slime, and then Mizkif, and then merch ad, and then slime, and then Mizkif. Like, you know, that was his one job. One job was a cue card guy. Cue card guy did it right. Slime did not read the cue cards.
In competitive Valorant, please give it up for Myth. Oh wait, is it Mizkif?
It's Mizkif.
Okay.
No, let him go first.
All right,
you go, Miz.
I fucked it up. There's 2 M's.
Let's see, my mod said just call Cutie a bitch.
That was funny. I caught him on that one. How dare you?
I'm out.
I thought that was a very funny way to end without having anything. A lot of people, I have to say, here we go, everybody. Here's the freaking tea, because then Ludwig's Discord and offline chat went full charge into canceling Mizkif because he called me a bitch. I have said this before. I said this after. Mizkif is my friend. Mizkif has been my friend longer than Ludwig has, actually. I met Mizkif within my first few months of streaming. I have known Mizkif for so long. Mizkif was one of my very first friends on the platform. Actually, the second person I ever met on Twitch was Mizkif. He can call me a bitch. It's fine. I thought it was very, 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 very funny. I am not mad that he was unprepared because he freaking showed up, and I thought that was crazy. Without any hesitation, I said, hey, I need you to come to Ludwig's roast. You're going to be a roaster, blah, blah, blah. And he said yes within seconds, okay? I thought it was funny. That's all that matters. I'm not upset that anything was wrote. I really don't care. He showed up. He was a good friend. That's all I have to say.
Shout out to that mod, truly a mind of the generation.
Very funny.
We're going to go to a quick
excited.
advert, if you will, of the merchandise.
Brought to you by Slim Jim.
Ludwig's confused. There was no merch, obviously. I just wanted a way to include more of his friends that weren't a part of the actual roast, and I thought this was a fun way to include those people. So, like, I really wanted Aiden and Nick and a few other people to be a part of it. Anton was just excited to test his editing skills. That's why Anton is in this. I needed one more person because some people didn't reply to me. I need one more person, and so Anton, who's my friend, is in it because I just needed.
Yeah, I love my Ludwig merch. It looks great and it's so durable. I hear about other people having their merch fade, and they must have just ignored the Ludwig Ogren Mogul Moves merch daily maintenance manual.
Hey Lud, love the merch.
Kyle's bit was much longer. I didn't see how much of it was cut. My editor Will put this all together. I think the only reason that Kyle's was cut down a little bit was because it was like so long that it took up like a majority of the video.
Yo guys, what's up? This is Nick, and today I'm gonna be doing a review of the all-new Big Mouth Burger Queso Edition from Chili's. First thing that you're gonna notice is the first thing you're gonna notice is the burger itself. A lot of texture, a lot of good sauces. It comes with like a lot of really cool sides. So the mashed potatoes are consistent. This is just a great addition to the ever-expanding Chili's menu.
This was very good. Nick is funny. Nick is one of the most creative people I've ever met. You know, when I did the hot tub stream with the read Bible verses, that was Nick's idea. Nick is like low-key a creative genius.
You were mean to me. I'm getting away from you.
So,
You were mean to me. I'm getting away from you, says Miz to Slime. That's funny. Honestly, what I should have done is just had Miz in the other room watching and had him do his own commentary on it. That would have been funnier than any of Miz's roasts.
going onward past that,
Hassan as a laugh track would have been great too. I should have just had I need it.
I want to start off with
Damn
the
it.
good
Damn
friend
it.
called Willneff, which I am like thoroughly convinced that someone created him by fusing every gay club in West Hollywood and a 60-year-old chronic smoker into a human being.
That was funny.
And created Willneff.
Our next guest, Atrioc, couldn't actually be here today. He was supposed to be here in person, but he bailed. Sure, right now he's somewhere playing TFT on the clock and cutting 5 milligrams of Propecia into 4 equal pieces.
Good one. The Atrioc roast was really hard. We couldn't hear it. We could hear bits of it, but yeah.
Woo! Ooh, what's up? What?
But it's funny to think that he's like, ooh, what's up? My name's Atrioc. It's just funny.
What's up, everybody? I'm so sad I couldn't.
Like, why does he look high? Why does the most sober man look high?
Okay, I know what you guys were thinking right off the bat. Oh no, here comes the old guy. Okay, he only leeches off his more successful friend, his more attractive friend. You know, he's kind of weird. He's put on some weight. And I'm thinking the same thing. But Willneff's part is actually next. So just give me a few more minutes. We can think about
That was good. We heard that one.
right afterwards.
That was a really good joke. Fucking Atrioc. Can I actually say? So, Atrioc can't make it, right? So I have to change the entire order knowing that there's now a video. I didn't want it to go like person, add video, like Atrioc video, charity video, whatever. I didn't want a bunch of videos in a row. So then the night before, I have to send these guys the new order. I'm like, hey, this is the order, blah, blah, blah. And Atrioc is like, problem here. I was supposed to go after Will. And I said, what? And he was like, yeah, I have this joke where I'm like, oh, attractive, blah, blah, blah. But he just went, that was Will. And I'm like, no, Atrioc, you have to change your joke to say he'll go later. And Atrioc was like, well, like it ruins the whole joke. And I'm like, no, Atrioc, you have to change it. And so, because Atrioc is a great roaster. So the whole point of like roasts, when you're not confident that someone is going to be funny, you put someone who's very funny after them. Atrioc is very good at roast. And so I was going to have him go before me because I wanted to go last no matter what. And so I thought Atrioc would be funny and he would carry me through because I didn't know how I was going to go. Because of him having to send a video, I had to change the whole order and it ruined the whole entire flow.
If anybody at the show has any medicine or pills, please keep them locked up on your person. Ms. Kiff can and will try to snort them to get an erection.
I do have pills.
Okay, important stuff.
Atrioc's set was so good. Also, a lot of people are complaining, saying that like Atrioc's video got cut and stuff. Atrioc edited his own video, so any of those harsh cuts you see, that was Atrioc. We just played the video he sent us. We did not cut any of his jokes.
Stanz?
What?
Stanz, I'm not able to roast you, buddy. I got nothing to say. It's not that I don't have jokes, just that nothing I could say would be meaner than what your wife said last night when you lost $1,500 playing poker. Okay? That was beyond the pale. I'm not saying she's going to cheat on you, okay? I'm just saying if she was any closer to doing it, Ms. Kiff would invite her on School.
That was one of the best jokes of the entire night. Atrioc is good.
Dude, the greatest thing about Myth is, I don't know if you guys know this, he's a really good
impressionist. I used to think he had a really good XQC impression, but then I realized he never made any women cry, so it's...
That one was very funny.
Ms. Kiff. Ms., I have no jokes for you because you look like you need help, too. You literally look like you're right before a breakdown. You're wearing dirty pants. Listen, let me also just say, Maya's way too good for you. If no one else is going to say it, I don't fucking understand it. You are the stinky kid from elementary school. She is an angel put on earth to help animals. It's baffling. I'm proud to know this guy. He really is, he's done it the right way. He's been kind to everyone around him. No one has anything but positive things to say about Ludwig. He really does work his ass off. He is a beacon in the community, and I am so excited to see whose content he rips off next. Seriously, man, thank you so much for having me. I fucking love you.
He's very good. Very good. Will's amazing. Will's amazing. Will's amazing. I want to talk about the painting. You guys see this painting? Oh, I'm next. Listen, I'm a details lady. I got this painting done of Ludwig looking as a rich man with Durs on his lap, and then the paintings flanking it are actually paintings done by his mom. So it's pretty cool that, you know, I used his mom's, these paintings are like some that his mom sent him, and I flanked them just to make it look really nice. So details. But I have to say, I first reached out to one of my favorite artists. We have some of his art in the house. I've gotten stuff commissioned from him before. He's very, very talented. So I reached out to him for this project, and I did an awful job at explaining, because he made actual art. He made actual art that was like gorgeous, compared to like something kind of cheesy. So I want to show you guys what happened, because I ended up getting that art done like 3 days before the actual thing. This is what I got, and I was like, oh no. It doesn't look like, you know, it doesn't look cheesy like Ludwig. It's just like a gorgeous fucking painting. Like they just made something so gorgeous that I couldn't use because it wasn't like cheesy. And so I was so sad. I was so torn because it's gorgeous, but it didn't work for what I needed it for. I had to message him, and I was like, hey, I am so sorry. I was like, I'll still pay you for it. I'm so sorry. I just needed something cheesier. Like I'm so sorry. It was so gorgeous. He's on Instagram under PJ. Wait, let me find it actually. Just here you go. Here's his art. V.ENONET. Gorgeous stuff, but it just wasn't what I wanted. And so I was like, shoot. Well, I have like 3 days until the roast. I need to get art. So I went to Fiverr. I ended up going to Fiverr, and I reached out to 2 artists who normally charge like $20, and I paid them like quadruple. Not even quadruple. I paid them so much just to get it rush made. And one of them, so I used 2 because I didn't know if they'd get it to me on time. And they both ended up getting it to me on time. Okay, so this is another version, which now I just have this. But I honestly never feel bad like supporting artists, because I feel like artists are one of like the most underrated. You know, it's hard to be a working artist, so I feel fine. But this is cool too, right? Like this is nice as well. But this, in comparison to this one, I was like, oh my God. And this guy, he didn't tell me, as I was messaging him on Fiverr, he didn't tell me that he was actually a fan of the streams. So when I submitted the thing on Fiverr, when I sent the email, I lied because I didn't want to be like, oh, it's for a roast, blah, 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 because that felt like too much. So I just said, oh, it's my boyfriend's surprise birthday party. I just want a painting of it, blah, blah, because I didn't think these people would know who I was. But the guy ended up knowing who Ludwig was that I commissioned it from. And actually, I don't know if it was a guy or girl. Sorry. They ended up knowing who Ludwig is. So they added these little hints, like a little Among Us guy, a little chess piece, a picture of me. It signed Mogul Moves on the painting behind him. They did such a good job that now I don't want to take it down. It was so good. He did such a good job. So anyway, their name is Kyle Art on Fiverr if you guys ever need. But yeah, they did such a good job. So there you go. One thing about the charity video is that so this has Mikey and Nick in it, who are some of his friends from Arizona that he went to college with. And the funny thing about this video is this wasn't supposed to be a separate video. I sent them the same prompt that I sent the other people for the merch review, and this is what they sent me back. And I was like, oh, this is good on its own. So we got 2 commercials, which turned out great, but it was just like so funny how that worked.
Hi, I'm Mikey Iosu.
And I'm Nicholas Yingling.
Mogul Moves Incorporated has asked us to bring you this very special message.
Like all things in life, Mogul Moves merch fades. But what if I told you you could have an impact that would last forever?
That's right. Your defective merch could go to a Ludbud in need. Look at this fucking guy. 0 drip.
Slime had never seen this.
Absolutely busted.
You hate to see it, Mike. But as we all know, the worst Mogul Moves fit is still better than anything a Ludbud could ever come up with. Now how can the folks at home help?
For this one-time offer, you can send back in your Ludwig merch along with a cash donation of one $50 unmarked bill, and we will make sure that your dusty-ass Ludwig hoodie goes to a frog in need.
Give us your scuff merch today. Don't let this guy go another day with swag on 0.
This advertisement brought to you by Pepe's Esports.
All right.
Love a charitable king.
Good point. We got boxes of that shit in the garage, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very funny. It's very funny. They did a really good job. On my phone right there, I was writing down the Ellen DeGeneres joke that I use on Will. That's what I was doing in that moment that I was using my phone.
No. Oh, no. He wasn't lying. I thought he was lying.
No, if you wanted to know why I'm doing this, it's because I told Mizkif that my bit for the roast was to do nothing, but he stole the idea just like everything else. So
yeah, that's pretty good.
Between then and now, I wrote
Pretty
down
good.
some actual jokes. I think I have 2 of them. Ludwig's dad died tragically of alcoholism when he was 10 years old.
Dude, Jschlatt is so funny.
The next and final roaster of the dais is the person who put this all together. She is one of the top female streamers who didn't have to get in a hot tub to rise to the top. She did it the old-fashioned way, by going on Lover Host for 2 years and dating a bigger streamer. Give it up for QTCinderella.
Hate that one. He wasn't a bigger streamer when I met him.
You look pretty.
You're so nice. He just complimented me because he's scared about what I'm about to say. My nervous habit is playing with my hair, and you'll see it. You'll see it. Count the hair touches. We did this when I first went on the Austin show. We rewatched it and counted the hair touches. I'm really excited that I'm going last today, mostly because I'm used to it. Ludwig always finishes first. So.
Hey.
I figured that would get that. I know that wasn't very funny. Of course, you can all assume that I threw the roast today because Ludwig never had good content before me. So, you're welcome.
Is she just being serious?
But we... I didn't hear Miz say that. Is she just being serious? I shouldn't have used this next joke. Okay, Gunther wrote this next joke for me. And the second I read it, because he sent it over to me, I read this joke and I thought to myself, my dyslexic brain is going to mess this joke up. And then I did. You know, Slime actually got Ludwig's name tattooed on his ass so he could feel how it feels the other way around for once. I can't even remember what it was supposed to be. Something I noticed while I was standing up here. Did you guys... I also should have cut this joke because Ms. Kiff isn't bald anymore. I don't like this joke either. Notice that, like, Ms. Kiff's head and Slime's head together just look like Ludwig's balls. But they liked it. Yeah. Everyone else liked it, so it's fine. Speaking of Ms. Kiff, you might have noticed I made him the second roaster today, and that's because I didn't want him to steal anyone else's jokes. He went after Stanz, which wasn't a big deal to me because if he would have stolen those jokes, they wouldn't have been funny anyway. Okay, that's funny. It's not mean. It's funny. You know what I just noticed? That this cast, it looks like... this is a Gunther joke. If you guys like this joke, this is Gunther. An evolutionary chart starting at Mizkif, ending with Ludwig. You know, I actually feel bad for kids that say that their favorite streamer is Stanz because no one else knows who they're talking about. Stanz thought it was funny. Myth.
Hi.
Okay, so a lot of what Gunther helped me do was rewrite some of my jokes where I sound too mean. And I had to pulse check with him. Like, I'd send Gunther my joke and I'd be like, is this mean? Please help me. And he would tell me if it was mean or not. And so he rewrote this joke I used on Myth, but I was like nervous and didn't look down. And so I just said the one that I remember writing. So listen to it. Myth is a lot like Ninja. They both quit Fortnite to pursue their passion after being to become the most boring Valorant streamers. Not this one, this joke. I'm pretty sure the last time Myth was relevant was when he was impersonating XQC.
Oh, accurate.
So... So I wrote that down. I'm pretty sure the last time Myth was relevant was when he was impersonating XQC. And Gunther said, rewrite that. So it was like, Myth is really good at impressions. He does a great XQC, a great Ludwig. If only he could do some on streamers that weren't so boring. Or something like that. So it didn't come off as mean. The thing is like, with Myth, I don't know Myth as well. So I had a hard time doing like mean jokes. Will is here, which I wrote all these ones. I'm proud of myself. Only means one thing. Hassan didn't reply to my DMs. Yeah. I'm actually... For the record, I've said this on stream before. I never DM'd Hassan. I purposely invited Will to the roast because I thought he was going to fucking shine. I'm treated like a sidekick a lot of the time. Will is treated like a sidekick a lot of the time. And I just knew Will would shine. And it was important to me to have Will a part of it because he's just like so funny and he's so unique on his own. And I felt like if I would have invited Hassan as well, that would have taken some of the spotlight off of Will. And so I literally made a conscious effort and choice to invite Will. So just so people who know, I really didn't. I make that joke about inviting Hassan first, but I really on purpose wanted Will to like come and shine because he's like, this is like what Will's good at. So anyway, I'm actually happy you came, Will. Time to get some sun outside of his shadow. The face of a hurt man and everyone else laughing. These jokes were so easy for me to make because like, again, I get treated the same way. So like I said, as I sat on the couch, I wrote this next joke I say here.
It's rough. It's okay.
Will...
Sidekicks union babies.
Will's actually, he's always really been into TV, right? Yeah, TV, yeah. Very, very cool. And as you guys know, this is Ellen's last season. So what do you say, Will? They needed a lesbian to run it.
Yeah. I got the pantsuit ready to go.
So my original joke, because I wrote that while I was sitting down, my original joke was, Will's really, really funny. The funny thing about Will is that, what was it? Fuck, it was like, okay, it was, oh, and I have a Mizkif joke I cut. I cut a Mizkif joke that was like, oh, my Mizkif joke that I cut was, Mizkif used to film for Ice Poseidon. I hope some of the videos get leaked someday so I can pretend like I never knew you. It's kind of funny. Should have done that, because it gets canceled for whatever he filmed with Ice. And then the Will joke was, Will's funny. And then I would say, you're really funny, Will. Will's funny because he thinks everyone likes him and hasn't realized it's just him who likes him. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't the best. Jschlatt and I actually have a very, very unique relationship. Some might call it... This is the first joke that I wrote. This is like the only joke that I wrote. Well, I wrote all my other jokes, but I'm saying like, I didn't write any jokes until the night before. I didn't write any of the jokes till the night before, but like 2 months prior, I was driving and this joke came to me. And this was like the first joke that I wrote. it's just funny because none of my other jokes I wrote until literally hours before. I was up until 4 a.m. writing the night before because I just hadn't written jokes. Jschlatt and I actually have a very, very unique relationship. Some might call it special. If you can't tell, I shave my pubes and then he glues them to his face. You know, I actually considered not roasting tonight, but I'm really happy I came because it's the first time I can say that in months. I made 2 cum jokes, damn it. I didn't realize I made 2 cum jokes. Did you guys know that when Ludwig first started streaming, he wanted to be just like Soda Poppin'? And after the subathon, he finally did it. Now they're both washed up and rich. That was the second joke I wrote, like 2 days prior. I was going on a walk and it came to me. I'm sorry. I felt bad because no one else's were rude. No one else's jokes were like rude like mine, so I kept apologizing, and I felt like I was taking a really long time, so I was getting anxious. So that's why I kept apologizing. Another story you guys might have heard. Ludwig went to a sperm bank at one point to donate.
Some guy hears sperm and he loses his mind.
Not a joke. Not a joke. He went to a sperm bank to donate. Didn't end up going through with it, but somehow still figured out how to ruin some kids' lives. Ugh, I went on too long. My set was too long. My set was too long, chat. I did too long. Ludwig's just never really found that one game he's been great at until he started playing chess and nothing changed.
Nice.
Why was Mrs. Mike so loud with the nice? I mean, Ludwig always says, bigger number, better person, and I guess that's why all my exes are better than him. I thought it was funny to end on a dick joke. I wrote that one also like 10 minutes before we started. And then, so you're supposed to say something nice, and I didn't write anything down because I was like, oh, this is easy for me. I can just say something nice. But I had felt like I had talked for so long that I just got nervous and I felt bad. So I just stopped talking. Like, I literally just stopped talking. I was like, thanks for letting me live with you. Because sorry, it was someone pulling up. Of course, I am grateful and so happy to be here. Thank you for letting me live in your house.
So sweet.
Oh, what was the alcoholism joke? Okay, so this joke got cut. I read it to a few people and they said it was too much. But it was after the game joke. So after Ludwig found the one game he's never been good at until he started playing chess and nothing had changed. And then I was going to say, speaking of amazing video game players, Ludwig often refers to Mango as the GOAT or even a god at times. Ludwig referring to a man with a drinking problem as a god. Lud, I think that might be your daddy issues showing. That was the joke, but got cut.
But she's been working on this roast for the past 2 months, apparently because it's my 3-year anniversary, which I found out this morning, which is cool. So
it's true, actually. Ludwig never knows what I'm doing. It's crazy to live with someone and then also just be invisible because he's just so caught up in his own world all the time. Like, you guys are like, cutie, how'd you get away with this? And it's like, I just am on the phone directly in front of him. I just hide stuff directly in front of him.
it's really hard to have a girlfriend who's so thoughtful. This is a true story. For my birthday, she got me tickets to a Patriots game and brought
This isn't even a good roast. Like, this is just a roast on him. I don't know why he did this.
my best friend from college in without me knowing. It's a huge surprise. And for our anniversary, I was streaming 13 days in my subathon.
It's crazy how all the men are laughing and I'm just dying inside.
This was great. This was a blast, and Slime, you can come up here.
Yeah, get the fuck off the podium, dude.
All right. Wait. My mods they just want to
Dude, Mrs. Kiff.
shit on Cutie. So can I read the jokes about Cutie? they have paragraphs.
All right, redemption arc for Miss Kiff. Here we go. Yeah.
He did have paragraphs. He had paragraphs. This is great. This joke was so bad. He should have proofread.
Let's
go! These are from my mods. They don't like Cutie. So which paragraph do I want? Cutie likes making cakes because they're like her. Takes hours to look pretty and filled with sweet poison on the inside.
That made no sense. He should have just ended with hours to look pretty.
Let's close it out. Thank you for watching the Roast of Ludwig. I
have one more Cutie joke.
One more what? No, hey.
Anyway. Yeah, I hope you guys liked it. I put a lot of work into it. I hope everybody liked it. Bye.